much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome to Fott Stadium on the campus of Franklin College. My name's Graham Nash alongside Coach Keith Myers, along with you for today's contest between two very old rivals. It's the Franklin College Grizzlies and the Hanover Panthers for the 94th playing of the Victory Bell. Coach, this game, it means a lot just to both sides. It's going to be a fun one for sure.
The bell traveled down safely from Hanover, so it's good. 94th year in this rivalry. Hanover won last year, and they won the first one in 1898.
Yeah.
You know, Jerry Collins was 11 years old then. So, it's an interesting game. Hanover won last year 36-17. Franklin can be spoilers today. If Franklin wins, Hanover loses, Mount St. Joe's loses, Hanover does not go to a bowl game, and Rose-Hulman gets to go to a bowl game. Mount St. Joe gets to go to a bowl game, but it could be very, very interesting. And Franklin could play spoilers. Could be a very interesting game today.
Franklin would love to play spoiler if they can. An interesting thing to note is that this bell doesn't really go back and forth. It likes to sit in one area when it has the chance. Hanover, they lead the series all time, 47-42 with 3 ties. But they really dominated in the years from 1994 to 2004, winning it all of those years. And then Franklin, they won it for the next 13, which set a program record. So really, this bell, once it finds a home, it seems to like to stay there. And right now, it has been Hanover's. They have won 5 of the last 6 when these two teams have met. And it's coming off of 2023, like you said, Coach, where it was in Hanover. The Panthers won 36-17,
Yep.
and we saw a lot of players that we're going to see today have good games. Let's start talking about the visitors in Hanover. They've got some really good offensive weapons.
Offensively, they are very good. They have a brother team, a duo. The Rotterbushes are very good. Ian is a great quarterback from New Palestine. I'm sure he's happy with the victory that they had over Chittard last night. And then he throws the ball to his brother, Eric. Both of those played very, very well. Jalen Peck, also the senior, very well endorsed. This team would like to run, but if they pass the ball, they can be very dangerous. He has an arm. He can throw. He can definitely swing it.
Well, Rodebush, he's averaging 244 passing yards per game, which is a pretty healthy number. Their rushing yards are just below 150 per game this season. We'll move to the defensive side as well. They've got some hard-hitting linebackers that really help them out.
Well, what they do is they key on these two linebackers, and I tell you, once they hit you, you probably don't want to run the ball any much. Ben Macy, the junior out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and Jamie Decker from Bluffton, Indiana, Bedford, Indiana. Both of those play linebackers very quick, fill the gaps, can make it very dangerous defensively. I think all in all, defensively, it could be a defensive struggle today.
Massey and Deckard, they both have 1 interception each as well on this season, so maybe they got that ability to read a quarterback. We'll take a quick break, come back, and tell you about the home Franklin College Grizzlies, as it is also their senior day. Glad you're with us on HCAC TV.
Every person has a story waiting to be told. Mr. Jack comes in every Monday.
Yeah, that's right.
One day I noticed his hat said he was a Korean War veteran. I asked him if he'd ever been to the Korean War Memorial.
No, I never had a chance to go.
That was the day I knew we had to do whatever it took to get him there.
Manny made it happen. I got to go to Washington, D.C. to all the memorials. The World War II Memorial, Naval Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Took all kind of pictures and everything, and it was a good trip, too.
I'm glad that I could be a part of Mr. Jack's story.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Franklin College. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our sponsors for today. First off, Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in the business to create a better future for you and for your family. The Drumstick Dash, move your feet so that others can eat. And lastly, the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. National anthem being played right now at Fott Stadium. We're going to take the moment to tell you about the offensive players for Franklin College. They've got some good weapons, Coach.
Yeah, the quarterback offensively, number 18, Kylan Ross, the senior, 6 foot, 185. Garen Cora, number 2, 5'11", 175, and also Owen Wright. All three of those players, outstanding offensive firepower for the Grizzlies.
Franklin maybe like to run it a little bit more than Hanover, but we'll talk a little bit more about the defense now. Good defensive end and good linebacker for the Grizzlies.
The Brown young man, number 47, Devon Brown, junior, 6'1", 200, and number 53, middle linebacker, Keaton O'Neill, senior, 6 foot, 195. There's the run out you would see earlier today, and I tell you, it's senior-led, and the seniors will probably be the last time they're going to put on this uniform. Really want to play a very strong competition. And the key here is Franklin has to get off to a quick start. If Franklin gets off to a quick start, I think it could be a very good day. Hanover can turn you over, so the key here is not to turn the football over, especially early today.
Franklin, they were led by head coach Alan Hansel in his 4th season. He won the victory bell in his first season with the Grizzlies, but has not won it since. He's got an all-time record at Franklin of 17-22, 14-12 in the HCAC conference. He's only had one winning season with the team, but he hasn't had a losing conference record since he's arrived. They're currently 2-3 in the HCAC, though, so they need this win if they want to keep that streak going for him.
Let's take a look at the other games going on in the conference today. Defiance is at Bluffton, Manchester at Anderson. There will be somebody that will have their first win in the HCAC in that game. Of course, our game here that we have, the Hanover and Franklin game, and Rose-Hulman, Mount St. Joe. Everybody's going to be looking for that score. If you look at the standings, Mount St. Joe at 5-0, Hanover at 4-1, Rose-Hulman at 4-1, Bluffton at 3-3, Franklin at 2-3 can play spoilers, 0-5 Anderson, 0-5 Manchester, and everybody plays their rival today. This should be a fun contest.
It absolutely will be. Looks like the Grizzlies won the toss. I believe that they elected to receive. And so we talked about the Grizzlies. They're going to want to start fast. They're going to want to try to get ahead if they can. And they're going to take that opportunity right out of the gate. They're going against a Hanover team led by Matt Theobald in his 9th season, who immediately brought success to this Hanover program, led them to 3 HCAC titles in a row, but their last one was in 2021. So they're trying to get back to the top of the mountain in the HCAC.
The interesting thing is you win the toss instead of deferring. You want that ball. You want that offensive firepower out on the field first to get the opportunity to score first and see what you can do. I find it very interesting. I think I would have deferred, but Coach knows better than I do. It should be a lot of fun. Sit back and enjoy for the next 3 hours. You better go get you another Pepsi and get you some more popcorn because this could be a fun game.
It absolutely will be. Franklin, they're coming off a loss at Bluffton. It was a close one, 22-28. Trying to get back to winning ways. They haven't lost more than 2 in a row in conference play this season. And Hanover trying to hand them that second straight loss in conference play for the first time in 2024.
And the bell is hidden over on that far sidelines. The bell somewhere is there. And let me tell you, Franklin is looking for it.
Franklin's looking for it. Hanover doesn't want to give it up.
No
Whistle
way.
blows. And we're about ready to go. The 94th playing of the Victory Bell in Franklin. This one's going to go through the end zone. The Grizzlies will start things in a good spot. They're led by Kay Ross, the quarterback from Liston, Indiana. 5'10", 190 pounds, the senior. He's got just about 1,300 passing yards on the season, 8 touchdowns, a completion percentage around 55.
I tell you what, this Franklin Ball Club has a lot of local flavor as well as all over the state of Indiana. Coach does a nice job going everywhere around the state to get good quality kids.
Cora, the lone back in the backfield. They're going to give it to him straight away up the gut. Not a lot of room. And
maybe 2.
Maybe 2 yards. A good defensive stop from the Panthers on the first play of the drive. Garrett Cora, he's their go-to guy. 1,100 rushing yards this season. 15 rushing touchdowns, 19 total to lead the team.
They had a heavy dose of rain earlier this morning. Field might be a little damp.
They give it back to Cora. Tries up the gut again. Stays on his feet, and Cora's got a first down. Nice second effort from the senior. And this is what Franklin likes to do, try to beat you down with the run game.
Young man out of Liston, Indiana, played for Tri-West. We saw him play in a couple sectionals back in the day.
Grizzlies moving quickly. Cora again up the middle, gets maybe 5 or 6.
And this is exactly what Franklin wants to do, Graham, is to control the offensive line of scrimmage, hold the ball. I doubt if you see the ball get up in the air much if you're going to have very successful run game. Why throw the ball?
It's a good point, and we talked about there's nothing Franklin would love to do more than play spoiler,
Exactly.
Make sure that their rivals can't get to that bowl game.
We got to pass.
They're going to air it out this time, just a dump off for Cora. Cora can't get the line to gain. Here are your starters for the day for Franklin on offense. Again, Ross and Cora, the 2 big standouts. Also look out for Owen Wright and Malachi Joy, 2 strong wide receivers.
Malachi Joy will go out and get the ball, folks. He can leap.
Second most receiving yards on the season for Joy, 224. Only 1 touchdown, so he hasn't had much success in the red zone. Absolutely stuffed on 3rd and 4. Hanover's defense holding strong.
Put 7 guys in the box. Here's the defensive scheme for Hanover.
Hanover, their defense, they're anchored by those linebackers, Jamie Deckard and Ben Massey, 2 big names. And it is a quick punt for Franklin.
This, I would not question a fake punt here.
Oh, yeah?
Early.
Start off strong.
Set it up. I'm wrong again. They came after it, though.
They do just get it off. And it does not take a favorable bounce for the home side. Be around the 35. Starting offense for Hanover, again, Raudebusch, a fantastic senior quarterback for this team, anchoring them absolutely. Finds his brother, number 2, and then also number 1, Jalen Peck. They've also got a strong running back in number 5, Austin Opel. They're going against a strong Franklin defense. Keegan O'Neal and Devontae Brown were our 2 players to watch out for. Brown 6 sacks on the season, O'Neal with 5. Those 2 players pack a hard punch. Opel in the backfield with Raudebusch to start things off on this first drive. They're going to hand it off. Opel trying to cut up the middle, nothing doing.
I'll tell you what, nice defense as Franklin put 5 guys in the box and then shot the gaps. Nice job. They got 2, 2nd and 8.
Second down. Opel still back there. 4-man rush. Raudebusch up the middle and through the hands of his brother. That was Eric Raudebusch.
I think you have to bring that down. You touched the ball there. You got it up there. Are they not fired up at Franklin? I mean, if you can't hear the crowd, it is definitely right here.
The Grizzly faithful, they have shown out, and they are cheering on their defense. An early stop here would be huge as Hanover's got a high-powered offense.
Change of play right here. Fun line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9. Opel coming to this near side. Raudebusch scanning, dodging trouble, trying to get to that first down marker. And looks like he's just going to be short. And he refused to go down, though. He stayed on his feet.
Great job by the umpire to get out of dodge, or he would have got hit. As we saw that yesterday in a football game, on a college football game. It's 4th down, and we're going to see punt formation for Hanover. Great defense on both of these teams. I told you, I really thought this could be a defensive struggle. 11 minutes to play, and we're scoreless.
Yeah, 2 quick punts. It'll be Eric Raudebusch, who is punting for Hanover. Combo wide receiver punter. Fair catch made around the 22. And so Franklin will bring their offense back out. They had some early success with the run. Wonder if that's going to be what they try to go back to early on.
I would think that's what you would want to do, is run until they stop you.
We did see an early screen pass for Garrett Cora. That's been their go-to early on, but he didn't get too much out of it. And Cora, he is the back going back on the field.
Motion.
They hand it back off, and not much room there. Good defensive adjustment from the Panthers, and they just stuff Garrett Cora. Kai Ross, he's coming off of a tougher passing game at Bluffton, just on about 50% completion rate, 165 yards, an interception, and 1 touchdown. So they might try to get him settled down with a couple quick passing plays if they can. 2nd down and 10. They hand it off. Cora finds a gap. Cora breaks a tackle, going to the outside and pushed out of bounds at the 40.
Raudebusch on the push out. Good job for him, or saved him another 15, 20 yards.
Franklin moving quickly, trying to charge down and be the first team on the board, as Hanover statistically does have a more ferocious offense. They're going to air it out this time. Down the middle. He's got his man.
That's Cora.
That is Cora. The running back can do it all. And the Grizzlies in Hanover territory for the first time today.
Look at this. Look at the time he had and protected, just slinging it. The 24-yard line.
Dropped it right in the bucket. A beautiful pass from Kai Ross. He's going to go back to the air.
Got him.
Cut back inside and brought down just short of the marker. Franklin, they're coming out with some fury.
Yes, they are.
They're really looking good. That was Jordan Fonda on the catch.
From Fort Knobs, Indiana, down by the Hanover crew.
It's 2nd down and 1. The Grizzlies in the red zone. They're going back to the air. Into the end zone. Oh, man.
Off the helmet.
It was nearly a pick and then almost an unbelievable catch.
Jalen Peck. Look at Jalen Peck. Great. Caught the ball. Almost had the ball. Jalen is from Bloomington, Indiana. Played for Bloomington South High School. His team has qualified for a semi-state here in Indiana in high school football.
And so it will be 3rd down and short. They hand it off. Cora up the middle. Cora into the end zone. Franklin takes a 7-0 lead. And they are trying to spoil Hanover's party today.
Yes, they are. Second series pay dirt.
Dakota Forg will try to put the extra point through. 25 for 28 on PATs this season.
Oh! Sneaked in.
Right through. 7-0 lead for Franklin and energy high in Franklin College. We'll be right back on HCAC TV.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
6-play drive, 78 yards, 7-0, 8:36 left in the first quarter. They did it with authority.
They did. That was a powerful drive. They had everything going for them. The ground game was working. They had a couple great passing plays. Ian Raudebush, he looked comfortable. Hanover going to try to respond, and this one will be brought back. Near side, trying to break the tackle, but gets brought down.
Let's watch this touchdown again. Look at this hole. I mean, that is wide open. Nice scamper. Touchdown, 7-0 Grizzlies.
That was Michael Gordon on the return, the junior from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hillsborough High School. Talking about Tennessee, big one tonight for Tennessee, Georgia, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a fun one.
That is the extra nacho with the extra nacho dip tonight.
Yeah, that's right. College game day down there in Georgia today as well.
Yes, sir.
Lots of hype around that game. Lots of hype around this one, too, though. Raudebush hands it off. And just a gain of a couple. It was Opal again. The senior from Brandenburg, Kentucky.
You know, Franklin this is the best I have seen them start defensively and offensively all year long. We've had a lot of their games, and this is the best they have looked in quite a long time.
They're firing out of a cannon. That is for sure. Play action. Quick pass, reeled in by Williams. Williams just around that line to gain. They will give it to him. Mason Williams, a senior from Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. He's had a nice season, averages 13.9 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns, and around 360 receiving yards. It's the first down of the day for the Panthers. Play action again. Raudebush.
Oh,
loses the football, but it looks like the Panthers recover. Jacob Muchler, lucky to be right in the perfect spot.
Right place at the right time. My goodness. Got to hang on to that football. Loses 6 yards there.
Yeah. Near disaster for Hanover, but still 2nd and 17. We got a long ways to go for that first down. Blake Huffman is the back. First time we're seeing him today. Senior from Columbus, Indiana.
Motion.
Going back to the air. Raudebush in trouble. Just
Screen.
dumps it off. Huffman can't get far.
They stayed home, and they lost 4 yards.
3rd and 21.
What do you got to play?
Oh, man. Well, you got to think it's going to either Eric Raudebush or Jalen Peck.
You go deep here. That wouldn't hurt you for the punt. See what they do here.
Eric Raudebush on this near side. Third and 21. 4-man rush. Raudebush in trouble, trying to scramble away. Airs it out, and it's picked off but out of bounds. Another fantastic defensive stop from the Grizzlies, and they are playing with some energy right now, Coach.
That was definitely a bull rush for that. Raudebush had nowhere to go, and no one open. Fortunately for them, the ball was intercepted, but it was out of bounds. Fortunately, they're going to be able to punt the ball with 5:47 left. Tell you what, this is a pretty fired-up Franklin team. Can they sustain this the whole entire game?
It's a good punt all the way back to the 30.
Oh, hello.
And that was Owen Wright just met with a full face of Panthers. Franklin, they will take back over around their own 35. Well, Coach, the rushing game for Franklin has really been their strong suit this season, around 200 rushing yards per game. Their passing game hasn't been quite as strong, but man, Kai Ross, he dropped one in the bucket in that last drive.
He did.
He's looking very comfortable. And we had a flag on the play. It's going to bounce the Grizzlies all the way back to their own 20.
Yeah, we had an illegal block in the back.
So that will hurt the Grizzlies, but their offense has been moving very quickly. They're going to try to keep that going. Cora the back once again. And play action. It's a keeper. Ross finds a hole, and he's brought down. A nice gain from the senior. And that is going to move the chains. I'll tell you what, we've seen some beautiful designs from offensive coordinator Daniel Hill in his second season with the team. They're pulling out all the stops to take down this Hanover team. Play action again. Quick throw, reeled in. It was Austin Ganaway, freshman from Fort Wayne.
Played for Fort Wayne Snyder back in the day. Good catch. Came back after that ball.
And so it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Has Franklin have a negative play yet from scrimmage today? I don't think they have.
I don't think they have, no.
Maybe a yard or two, but not anything negative.
The pass rushers haven't been able to get to Ross very effectively. Running play again. Just around the line to gain.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Looks like they will. And they do. So Franklin moving the ball beautifully. They're 3-6 this season, 2-3 in the HCAC, which puts them 5th. They did not get a win in their preseason play. First win came against, or one of their first wins came against Manchester. That was on the road in HCAC play. Fresh set of downs. Ross down the middle, and it's caught. Owen Wright reels it in, and another big gain for the Grizzlies.
My goodness. Look at this. Plenty of time, and he's just so relaxed in the pocket and follows through. Big gain.
Grizzlies moving quickly again. Designed run for Ross, and he's pulled down immediately.
That's what they thought about that.
Yeah. Looks like they mark him 1 yard loss. That might be the first
loss. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Oh, they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, so it's not a loss. There you go. That's a fair spot.
Yeah. Second and about 10, 11. They put it about a half a yard back. Core in the backfield. They hand it off. He's got a lead blocker, but can't find room. Garrett Cora, he's a guy that can really do it all. He's the best running back on the team, but also has the second most receptions with 23 and the most receiving touchdowns at 4.
Going to go trips.
3rd down and 8. 2.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. It's been Franklin all day long. And they're going to go to the air. Little screen play. Cora trying to find room.
Oh,
and he
got
gets
out of
away.
It. And they blew the whistle dead. Oh, my. Oh, my. Coach is not going to like that. You got to let that play out.
It was an unbelievable escape from Cora. They mark it for a 1 yard loss. 4th and 9. And Coach, the offense staying out there.
Well, you're on the positive side of the ball. Yep.
Ross scanning. And he does have his man, but it's dropped. Jordan Fonda couldn't reel it in, so it's a turnover on downs.
Might have heard footsteps there.
I think that's exactly right. He had a couple guys creeping up on him. Good defensive stop from Hanover. Franklin was charging pretty well at the start of that drive.
Hanover needs some positive yardage here. They got to get their defense some rest.
They really have relied on their passing game this season. 244 yards on average per game in the air, only 145 on the ground. But Franklin has done such a good job of making Raudebusch uncomfortable in the pocket. They hand it off. It's Shelby creating some space. And a nice gain on first down for Kerbrian Shelby.
Well, they extended that play outside. Good job by Kirby of bringing that back up. 2nd down at about 4 or 5.
Hanover only 1 first down in this first quarter. Empty backfield. 4-man rush. Raudebusch finds his man. That's an easy first down gain for Jalen Peck.
Sometimes when you get a stop on 4th down, it generates your offensive teams, and it seems like this is what exactly is happening with Hanover today.
That was the first reception for the All-Star in Jordan Peck. Nice run, Oppel up the middle.
That's Massey, isn't it? Oppel. You're right. You're correct.
Oppel, that's his 3rd try. He's gained about 10 yards on the game. They go right back to him. Oppel crunched immediately, but flag flies.
You probably have a hold on this end thrown by the white referee hat.
And that is exactly right. A holding call will bring the Panthers back.
10 yards.
It was a 2nd and 1. And now it is going to be 2nd and long.
As the fans go, you can't do that. That's Jerry's favorite cheer.
Oh, yeah?
Because that's what he tells me all the time. You can't do that. Here we go.
Clock winding down. They're going to go back to the air.
He's got him.
Raudebusch fumbling. Raudebusch brought down.
He had his brother in the flat and did not see him.
That was Brock Thurman, his second sack of the season. And that is going to take us to the break. Franklin leads 7-0 after 1 quarter of play.
An active athlete looking for enhanced performance, comfort, and recovery? Then Skins is the perfect choice for you. Our revolutionary sports compression product provides better oxygen flow in your muscles, helps reduce fatigue and pain from intense physical activity, allowing athletes to push their boundaries and perform better.
Skins helps keep everything, including you, on track.
So don't wait any longer. Get your Skins now and experience unbeatable performance.
Take your game to the next level with Skins.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
Sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Welcome back to Fott Field in Franklin. Coach, the Grizzlies, they were all over the place in that first quarter.
The word is domination.
The word is domination. It's 3rd and long. Raudebusch, he's in trouble again. Dumps it off for Huffman. Huffman making a few man miss. Huffman trying to get to that 1st-yard line.
Run straight, boys. Just run to the end zone.
He had an opening, but just one cut too many.
The frustration of an offensive coordinator is when the kid catches and he wants to do second effort, and it's good that he wants second effort. But if you go straight down the field, you're going to score it. You're going to get a first down.
And so it's 4th down and 2. We have a timeout.
Franklin.
Hanover, this is their first 4th down try. They're 65% converting on 4th down, and they will get the try after this break.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Fourth down and 2. Hanover trying to keep this drive going. They're going to air it out downfield, and it's well over the head of the intended receiver, and Shelby.
Got a flag. I think he might have pass interference on Franklin.
Shelby, he had his hands up, wondering where that flag was, and everyone's moving forward.
Oh, holding on Franklin. That's going to give him the first down and keep the drive going.
That could be extremely costly.
Yes.
As this game progresses. Hanover, they get a gift, a free first down. And this is the first time that they are in Franklin's territory. Huffman, the back. Raudebusch going to run it up the gut. He breaks a tackle and looks like he might be just short. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a design quarterback draw. And now it's going to be 2nd and about 1. You can hear the Franklin sideline yelling defense.
They hand it off. Huffman Gets that first down to gain. They're going to keep moving the chains. And they're about to the red zone. Might have just squeaked there, actually. Hanover, they've been a good red zone team this season, converting 85% of their trips to the red zone. And Austin Oppel will come back in as the back for the Panthers.
Came in a little late, didn't he?
He did.
Motion.
They're going to give it to him. A screenplay for Oppel. Makes a couple men miss. Goes up the gut.
Carrying 4 or 5 guys with him.
Fights his way to that marker. And looks like they're just going to call him a couple feet short. So 2nd and a couple inches for Hanover. This drive looking much more solid than any in their first quarter.
No panic with them.
That's Raudebush in motion. As Raudebush takes the snap, another designed run. And he's going to get that first down, going for more. And it'll be a 1st and goal from around the 2. Ian Raudebush, he can run it. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns this season. That goes along with 26 passing touchdowns.
Young man, it's built well for a quarterback position. Six foot.
Oppel in motion. They fake it to him.
Oh, they stopped him at the 1.
Raudebush got stuffed. And it'll be a 2nd down and goal. Might have even lost a yard on the play. Franklin's defense, they were impressive in that first quarter. But Hanover's starting to find a little momentum. See how the Grizzlies can respond. Look for Devontae Brown on the near side. Oppel in motion again. They fake it again. This time aired out to the end zone, and that's an easy 6. Raudebush to Raudebush for the first touchdown of the day for the Hanover Panthers.
The all-important extra point. We found last night that it can cost you.
That's exactly right. Martinsville and Evansville Rights battling it out yesterday for a spot in the semi-state match. Missed field goal and missed extra point. Nearly cost it. Bad snap. And they're going to have to try to get it in the end zone the old-fashioned way, and they are short. I'm afraid that was the good old announcer's jinx, Keith. And we will go to a break. Hanover get the score, but not the extra point.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in and throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give a call today, 317-849-0810. It's a short kick, and over the head of the Grizzlies going towards the end zone, and they're going to let it roll through.
Did they get a break there?
Massive break. Went over the head of Gardner Edney. Another look at that touchdown. Beautiful play.
Wide open.
He absolutely was. That was Eric Raudebush catching from Ian Raudebush. A connection that has been serving communities for quite some time now. Franklin, they will get their first offensive possession of this second quarter. They looked really good in that first quarter of action. We'll see if they can keep it up as Hanover's defense settles down. Play action. Down the near side. Beautiful catch! Flag flies, but Owen Wright is going to waltz into the end zone.
They're not going to give him the touchdown. You got pass interference on the offense. Oh, my.
Almost an all-time first play of the drive for the Franklin Grizzlies, but it's brought back. And from elation to heartbreak, we'll get a second look.
Oh, yeah, he pushed. Extended the hands. Good call by the official. Wow, that just hurts you, though.
So the ball all the way back now to their own 13. First down and 22. Fakes a handoff. Ross airing it down again. And was that caught?
Yes.
What a catch from Jordan Fonda.
Almost intercepted is what it was.
Yeah. Beautiful catch.
Parks stepped in front, but got some yardage out of it. 6 yards.
Fonda only 46 receiving yards on the season, but he's already had 2 receptions.
You only need half of this. You don't need it all.
They keep it on the ground, and that is stuffed right up the middle.
That Cora?
That was Cora. Couldn't get much room. And so it'll be 3rd and long. 3rd and 14 to be exact.
Momentum beginning to change here a little bit.
Wondered how Franklin would respond. And it looked like it was going to be beautifully after that first play, but it was brought all the way back. 3rd down and 14. Garrett Cora, the back. Ross has a man, a high throw, makes a tackle miss, but no room for Jordan Fonda to turn downfield. And that is a quick 3 and out for the Grizzlies. Punt team will come back on. And Hanover now licking their chops as they've got an opportunity to start with good field position after a beautiful drive. High snap. They get the punt away. And man, this is a good one. Going all the way back into the red zone. And it's picked up. Gordon creates some space. Flag flies.
Yep, got a block in the back.
And Gordon goes out of bounds around the 27. It was a beautiful punt from Adam Guth of Franklin. That thing just kept tumbling all the way down to the end zone. But a flag flies. It might take some of that good punting away. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Morales Group Staffing. We're in business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Call us today at 317-472-7600.
Early in the second quarter, Rose Hallman leads Mount St. Joseph 7-0. Check that. 14-7 Mount St. Joseph. I did not see the 4. So Mount St. Joseph leads Rose Hallman 14-7 with a minute 11:30 left in the first half.
That game being played in Cincinnati. As it looks like that penalty went on Hanover for the block in the back, like you said, Coach.
Hanover will be looking at that score.
That's absolutely right. If Hanover is unable to win here today, then a lot rides on that Rose-Hulman Mount St. Joseph game. They're starting with the ball in their own 7. Hanover had a brilliant drive to start out this second quarter. See if they can keep that momentum high. Man in motion. Play action. They give it to him. There's some space. It's Peck. And Peck pushed out of bounds. Little extracurricular activity.
I love the coach, though. Coach stops him. He said, get back out to the sideline.
Hanover.
You don't want to cost your team 15 yards here.
No.
Play, keep your head level.
There's a great gain on first down. 2nd and 1. Oppel in the backfield. Shelby in motion. Looking towards Shelby. We'll dump it off for Oppel. Oppel will get that first down and a couple more. And it looks like actually he was short. And so, excuse me, we got it wrong. It was first down there. They did get the line to gain, and so now it will be 2nd. They hand it off. Oppel up the gut, and not much happening. So we've got 3rd down and 6 on the scoreboard. Now cut to 3rd and 2. Franklin, after going 3 and out, this would be a big defensive response. Crowd's getting loud. 3rd and 2. Hanover on their own 25. Going to the air. And they're going well down the near sideline, and it's nearly caught but dropped. Jalen Peck was wide open, but couldn't bring it down.
So we go 4th and 2.
4th and 2. The punt unit comes on. Eric Raudebusch, the combo wide receiver, punter, and punter.
They're going to come after this ball.
They do, and they nearly get a hand on it. It's a short punt, reeled in, and fair caught around the 35. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermakers Local Union 374 to do your job right the first time.
They were going to call roughing the kicker. However, the kicker ran into the defenders, and they waved off the flag. That's a great no call by the official.
So it will be ball at the 35 for the Grizzlies. And with 3 and out on their last drive, had a tall task as it was 1st and 22 after an offensive PI call.
You need some offense here if you're Franklin.
Expect that ball to go to Garrett Cora in the backfield. And they go and fake it to him. Similar play to the first of that last drive, and it's caught. Owen Wright still on his feet and brought down around the 25.
How'd he catch that ball?
Unbelievable hands.
Look at this. This ball is pinned right there to his shoulder pad, and then he carries the defender at least 8 to 9 yards. Great play.
The Grizzlies go right back to the play that got them an offensive PI call in their last drive. And that one, no flag thrown. They get a big gain. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Jennings, not much room. Man, Coach, the rushing play has really been what Franklin leans on, but how about the passes?
The passes are spot on today.
Yeah. Ross has been unbelievable. And credit the line for giving him some time in the pocket.
Yeah, that offensive line has done a nice job.
Rossi's averaged around 52 less passing yards per game this season than he did last.
Got him
He's
open.
going back, nearly caught again by Wright. Almost had his own Odell Beckham Jr. moment with that left hand.
Yes, he did. I love the sportsmanship. 0 and 3, just pat each other on the back.
That's Justin Williamson for Hanover, the 5th year from Georgia. And even though these two teams, great rivals, still great sportsmanship. 3rd and 10. Jennings in the backfield. Going back to the air. Ross, end zone. Caught, touchdown. Jordan Fonda makes it a 13-6 game in favor of the Grizzlies.
They went back to that same play they designed down the field. Popped wide open. All you have to do is catch it.
And Dakota Ford back on the field trying to make it an 8-point ball game.
What a crowd we have on hand today. Look at the crowd.
Very good crowd. Kick is up and kick is through. 14-6, Franklin leads here on HCAC.TV.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
The Franklin Grizzlies leading the Hanover Panthers 14-6. Coach, that was an impressive drive.
4 plays, 65 yards. Their offense is cooking.
They sure are. And defense is cooking too.
Yep.
They've had some great stops.
Good first half of football.
The Grizzlies, once again, trying to play spoiler.
And then you kick it out of bounds. This is the design play that they had earlier today. Look at the much room he had, and he had great protection and just threw it where only he could catch it.
Beautiful throw, and again,
and then Mama wearing a pom-pom.
The first touchdown of the season for Jordan Fonda, number 8.
Mama's happy. Look at Mama dancing down the sideline.
It's a big touchdown in this second quarter. Hanover, they will get the ball out of the break. So the Panthers, if they can score here, they would definitely be right back in it. Again, they had that missed extra point. Wonder if that could come back to bite them. Handoff, first play of the drive. Oppel up the middle, and not much room. Gets maybe 4.
And right now, then you have to run your 4-minute offense. I mean, we got 5:50 left in this first half, but you got to run something that gets you points down the field. Even 3 going in at halftime will help you a little bit with momentum.
Hanover, they haven't had too much success on the ground, and they haven't been too comfortable in the air. They're going to try to air it out. Far down the field, has a man, and it's reeled in. Eric Raudebush elevating.
He went to go get that. 3rd floor, please.
And there's that brotherly connection. We saw it on the touchdown pass, and they go right back to it. Eric, a 5th year, and Ian, a sophomore, both from New Pal, Indiana. Play action. Raudebush. Lots of time here.
Time.
Gets
Look
out of
at
the pocket.
Space.
So much room and an easy first down. And that is when this team's going to be dangerous, when Raudebush can have that much time.
You turn your back, and all of a sudden you got 15, 20 yards of wide open green spaces. I like that he didn't take a knee, ran out of bounds. Clock now will continue to run with the reset.
An interesting formation.
This is interesting.
Little trick play from the Panthers. And whistle blows.
Timeout, Franklin.
They did not like that setup, and so we will take a break. Panthers charging on HCAC TV.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811.
There's a drive that can continue to go on. Gains 4 yards. Sorry about that. Under 4 minutes to play.
Under 4 minutes to play. Before that break, they were lined up in an interesting formation. They didn't go back.
Maybe that's just a waste of timeout.
Yeah, could be. 2nd and 4. Screen play. Huffman. First down. Has more. Cutting to the middle. Huffman to the 10. Running backs dealing damage on the Grizzlies today. They're so good at creating space. And the Panthers right back in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Huffman still the back. They hand it off. Huffman trying to bounce to the outside, but great defense from the Grizzlies. Huffman, he averages about 5.5 yards per carry this season. Got 2 rushing touchdowns and 30 rushing yards per game. He will go out, and Austin Oppel will come back in. Oppel, their go-to guy. Second and 10 from the 11. Williams in motion.
Open and flat.
Escaping. Raudebush going to keep it himself. And gets across the 10. It'll be 3rd down and medium.
They can take it right down to the 2-minute timeout.
Hanover, they get the ball out of the half break. And they do not want to give Franklin a chance to get back on the board if they are able to score here. And yeah, they are going to just let the clock wind down. Franklin leading 14-6, but Hanover right in the red zone. 3rd and 7 coming up after this short break. Make a difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org, add directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. Indiana SRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. On the 8-yard line. Oppel the back. They fake it to him. Raudebusch getting attacked. Raudebusch airs it for the end zone. And it's picked off! The Grizzlies on a circus play. And a late flag flies. Extracurricular activity.
2 flags on the play. Wow. Look at this. This is this pressure. He has him open in a flat on the other side. Ball is touched twice. That's a nice hit. That may just be, though, a blindside hit. And a little scuffle over here.
Ball went off the helmet of Shelby of Hanover and right into the arms of the Grizzlies. And now this game all of a sudden turned on its head. Hanover, they get the ball out of the break.
There's the hit off his helmet. Here's the hit that I think is a blindside hit. Right there. But I don't see a flag there until it comes out late. Let's hear.
So the 2 penalties canceling each other out, one on Hanover and then that illegal block to the back from Franklin. But Kahari Jackson gets his 5th interception of the season. The senior from Chicago, Illinois. And that is a huge momentum swing.
Yeah, because now you can control the clock, run the, you have timeouts left for Hanover. You got all 3 timeouts left. But right now, for Franklin, you got to run the ball. Just run the ball. Get out of the first half. Hanover will get the ball and start it in the second half.
That's exactly right. And they thought that they were about to score, at least get 3, and then have an opportunity to come out again out of the break. But all of a sudden, the Grizzlies in control. Hand it off. Up the gut. Not much doing. And the clock will continue to chug down. Franklin, they've really dominated on the ground today, averaging 5.5 yards per carry. And that compares to Hanover's 3 yards per carry. The Panthers going to have to make a couple changes if they want to keep up with the rushing offense from the Grizzlies. That was the 6th interception of the season for Raudebusch. This play blown dead.
False start on the offense. Got to be really careful here with a minute left. You do not want to cause any more heartache here because now this is will put it down at 2nd and 10, and you move it back 5 yards.
And if Hanover is able to get a couple stops, then you're punting out of your own end zone.
With less than a minute.
2nd and 12 from the 5-yard line of Franklin. Late first half dramatics. The playing of the 94th victory bell, currently in the hands of the Panthers. The Grizzlies determined to take it back.
They reset the play clock to 50 seconds and running.
Hand it off again. And stuffed at the line, maybe getting 2 or 3. Clock continues to wind, and Hanover will use their first timeout. The Panthers, they're trying to do everything they can to get this ball back before the break. Take this time to tell you about Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us. Call today at 317-396-1023. And today's broadcast also brought to you by Dynamark. Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Call us today at 317-328-2555.
Thanks to all of our sponsors that made the HCAC possible, as this will be our last game of the HCAC football season. Basketball season starts Monday.
Right around the corner, exciting times. 3rd down and 10. Franklin trying to get out of their own trouble in the end zone. And that is not going to help. There'll be another timeout from the Panthers. 4th down. And they got a long ways to go. This is going to be a little bit of a sketchy punt. Because Hanover, they got close on a couple already.
We take a look at the HCAC standings. Mount St. Joseph leads 27-7 to Rose-Hulman. They are 5-0. Hanover's 4-1. Rose-Hulman is 4-1. Bluffton 3-3. Franklin is 2-3. Anderson and Manchester 0-5. If Franklin beats Hanover, it could spoil Hanover's postseason. Looks like Mount St. Joseph is firmly in control of their game up at home.
28-7 in Cincinnati. Mount St. Joseph leading Rose-Hulman as that second quarter comes to a close. 4th and 9, punting formation. And is able to comfortably get it off. Some room to run. Gordon brought down at the 30. With 19 seconds left, there's time for another score.
The second place team of this conference goes to Canton, Ohio for the first time in school's history. It's the bowl game, and it could be a great opportunity for you to go. And you're knocking on the door if you're Hanover right here. I'm sure they're not thinking of before that, but boy, they just really need this win.
Hanover, this would help if they could get into the end zone. They start the second half with the ball. Raudebusch, lots of time, just dumps it underneath. Mason Williams with the snag. Clock stops. They use their final timeout. So 9.5 seconds left. The Panthers going to try to do what they can to get this ball in the end zone. Talk about that bowl game. Hanover, they haven't been to the Division III tournament since 2021. That was the last time that they won the HCAC. So they're probably pretty hungry to get back there.
This is a very veteran ball club. I like how the first half has played out, though. Been very, very scoring, very good defense. This would be a great, you score here, go for the 2-point conversion. You're tied at halftime going in the locker room, and you get the ball back starting in the second half. We want to welcome all of our viewers from Hanover, Indiana. Ashley, the SID. I'm sure she's watching tonight.
The second quarter got totally flipped on its head after that late interception that Raudebusch threw. Went off a couple helmets. And then Franklin, they couldn't waste enough clock.
Now you're out of timeout, so if you don't score here, you got to rush to the line and spiked the ball with 12 seconds left. They put 3 seconds back on the clock.
2nd and 2, looking end zone, firing end zone, has a man, and it's caught!
Whoa, are you kidding me?
Shelby reels it in, and with 5 seconds left, Hanover gets in the end zone.
Oh, my. He threw that with 3 defenders on him.
What a throw. Perfectly placed. And it looks like they're
going for one.
Just the extra point, not going for 2.
Plenty of time left.
Better snap this time. They get it off. And they get it through. 13-14. Hanover able to get a score. And it was a beautiful pass.
Look at this. Threw it right there. There's 1, 2, and I really thought that they were going to defend that.
That was Shelby's 5th touchdown of the season. Only 2 plays, a 30-yard drive for the Panthers. They did what they had to do. .2 seconds left. Franklin, they thought that they had a nice little lead going into that half, but all of a sudden, Hanover, they're 1 back, and they get the ball to start out the second half.
Yeah, you just have to defend this kickoff.
Yeah, that's right. Franklin, they dominated in the first quarter, but the second has belonged to Hanover, even though they gave up an interception. Squid. And brought down at the 40. Clock will stop. And again, a little more shoving. This game just means a little bit more. So Franklin's offense will take the field. Not much time at all, but they're going to do what they can. This Franklin team, they love showing up for this game. I mean, last season, Kai Ross, he had 310 yards in the air, which was 120 yards more than his average.
I think they're going to probably kneel this one.
That looks exactly right. So Franklin, they have the lead going into the half, but it is not by much. And Hanover, they will get the ball out of the gate. A close first half of play.
Yeah, let's look at the scoring drive. First of all, for Franklin, they scored at the first quarter, 6 plays, 78 yards, made it 7-0. And that's how we end the first quarter at 7-0. Second quarter, 4 plays, 65 yards for Franklin. The extra point was good, and it made it 14-0. Then Hanover scores on a 13-play, 61 drive, made it 14-6. I'm sorry, 14-6. And then just recently, 2-play drive, 30 yards with the extra point, made it 14-13. And that's where we are in this first half. A great first half for the Bell game, and both teams playing very, very well. Defensively has caught up with the offense a little bit. I'm very impressed. We'll see what the second half brings us.
Yeah, we were very impressed with the Grizzlies in their ability to come out strong, but then also use some good defense to get them back in it. Today's broadcast is a copyright production of HCAC TV and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of HCAC TV and IndianaSRN is strictly prohibited.
We are looking at the other game that means something for Hanover, as Rose-Hulman is at Mount St. Joseph. That is 28-7 at halftime, Mount St. Joseph. A win there for Mount St. Joseph, a loss to Rose-Hulman, and a win for Hanover. It would jump Hanover at 4-2, at 5-1, and gets them bowl eligible. So a lot of in store for the second half. We'll see what happens. What a great first half, though.
Yeah, incredible. Lots of offense, lots of great defense. Looking at that Mount St. Joseph game, they lead 28-7 in Cincinnati. And here Franklin leading Hanover 14-3. But the Panthers, arguably, they have the momentum, and they've got the ball to start the second half. Bowl game, or not bowl game, but rivalry game for the 94th victory bell. Franklin, they lead 14-13 in Fott Stadium.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome to Indiana SRN and Info. Today we have Brian Chrisman from Wheeler, Michigan. And Brian, first of all, would you like to come over for Thanksgiving dinner?
You know, I'm gonna be a little bit busy this Thanksgiving, so I got plans, big plans.
What's your big plans?
Drumstick Dash is a consumer of my day on Thanksgiving. I couldn't tell you the last time I sat down for a Thanksgiving meal that was still warm.
And the interesting thing, it is 22 years old, just a year older than I am, and I can't wait to see what's going on. Tell us a little bit that it started 20 years ago. Tell us about who started it and why are we doing it?
Yeah, so Wheeler, Michigan was looking for this event to get in the community and have the community support people who are experiencing homelessness, right? Like, people want to help people in need. And so 22 years ago, a guy named Steve Kerr, who's my boss, he hired me into Wheeler, Michigan. But him and Rick Alvis, a president, CEO who recently retired as well, they started this event called the Drumstick Dash. And they did it because Steve Kerr ran in an event similar to it, a Thanksgiving Day run walk in Dayton, Ohio, and had a blast, thought it was a lot of fun. People were with their friends and family, and it was just a good, wholehearted, family-friendly event, right? And so Steve came back to Indianapolis, looked around at the time, and there were no other Thanksgiving Day races in this town, and so he pitched it to Rick Alvis and said, "Hey, we should do a Thanksgiving Day run walk the morning of Thanksgiving in Broad Ripple, and have some fun with it, raise some money for Wheeler, Michigan. Maybe a few people will show up." So that first year, 1,300 people showed up. That was in 2003, I believe. And it just kept growing and growing and growing. And so it was a good idea. And now there are Thanksgiving Day races all over the state, but Drumstick Dash is one of the largest Thanksgiving Day races in the entire country.
And the crazy thing is, in central Indiana, that's where you want to go. There are people, rain or shine. There has been some cold days. I've been involved with it for a few years. It's been cold days. I know Debbie and I walked one year when it was pouring down rain, but it is a lot of fun. It starts at 9 a.m. It kicks off at Broad Ripple. Talk a little bit about where it starts and where it ends.
Yeah, so Broad Ripple, if you haven't been to Broad Ripple, it's a beautiful kind of a arts district type vibe to it. It's different than going downtown. So there's a lot of races downtown. So we wanted something different. Mm-hmm. And our course is 4.6 miles. We have a 2.5 mile course as well.
That's the one I used.
The short course,
yes.
Right? We get a lot of people that walk, really both of them, but definitely the short course. Both are timed, but now people ask us why those distances instead of a 5K or a 10K, and it's because it's what fit in Broad Ripple. And so to run the streets of Broad Ripple the way we wanted to do it, to enjoy the neighborhood, to get to start and stop in an area that you can get to easily. 4.6 miles, 2.5 miles is about.
Sometimes that's enough, isn't it?
It is, and the funny thing is the short course is actually a shortcut, so it's a big loop, but right down the middle is the short course turn. So a lot of people register for the long one. They come Thanksgiving Day morning, and they're like, you know what? Let's just take a right here, and they end up doing the short course. That's the experience of a lot of people.
With the new expansion of Broad Ripple and how beautiful that area is now, with the high school right in that area as well, you have a lot of people help you with that. So if they want to go and register, how do they register, and what does that mean by registration?
Sure. So you can go to drumstick-org. It's a Wheeler Mission event. So if you go to Wheeler Mission's website, you'll end up there as well. But at drumstick-org, you can register today. I think right now it's around $39 to register. The price does go up as we get closer to the event. But register not only yourself, but your friends and family at the same time. And so you can do that all the way up until the event. Price does go up. Right. You can register also at our expo and pack and pickup, which is at the fairgrounds. We moved it to the fairgrounds a few years ago
because it's so big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So we needed a place to pass out all the race shirts. You get a really nice collectible race shirt, some goodies. We have a lot of sponsors. We have 45 different corporate sponsors that help us, and so they set up tables and they have a lot of fun with it. And so you'll come out there, you'll experience all the vendors at the fairgrounds, pick up your packets, pick up your shirt, get your race bib, and if you want to register there, you can do it there as well. So we want people to be able to register whenever you're able. So do it now, but if it becomes you're waiting to see what the weather's going to be like, or waiting to see what time Thanksgiving lunch is like, what time that is, you can register all the way up pretty much until the race.
Denny Tolles and I talked about this on one of our halftime shows is, lunch is no longer at 12 noon at his house. It's more like 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. It's a good time to get some exercise, get the family involved, because it is a family tradition of some of these people that participate in this.
Absolutely. So we do a survey after the event, like, why did you do this race, right? And so because Wheeler Mission operates the event, people know that all the proceeds go to Wheeler Mission. Our motto is move your feet so others can eat.
Yes.
So when you cross the finish line, literally you're helping Wheeler Mission. You're helping to provide food, shelter, care to someone who's homeless. And so the number one reason that people say they do our event is to help people who are experiencing homelessness. The number two reason is because they want to do something fun with their friends and family on Thanksgiving. Tradition. So we've met people that have done all 22. We have people that are now with their children. My kids came for the first time, all three of them, ages 14, 12, 10, will be there this year as well. And so now you have people who they have their kids and their grandkids are now coming with them. So it's a fun way to start the Thanksgiving Day holiday.
Right.
And so it starts at 9. You can do the race and be home by 11:30. 11 o'clock maybe, and so you're there in time for lunch.
Watch the Detroit Lions lose every year.
Every year, right? Yeah. Every year.
The interesting is the in and out. Chittard High School is very big at shuttling your buses if people want to park at Chittard High School.
Sure. Yeah, so it is a challenge to get people. There was one year we had over 20,000 people in Broad Ripple for Thanksgiving Day. And so how do you get that many people in Broad Ripple? We talked about moving the event downtown. Because downtown hosts large events, but everybody wanted us to stay in Broad Ripple. We even did surveys with runners, stay in Broad Ripple, and so we do it. And so in order to do that, our staff has to we bring shuttle buses in. We have several locations around Broad Ripple that you can see on our website, drumstick-org. Park there, come on in. They'll drop you off pretty close to the start line. You'll do the race. You'll get your bananas and donuts and water and all the fun stuff after the event. Pop back on the shuttle bus and get back to your car. Again, back in time to meet everybody for Thanksgiving.
You said the magic word, donuts.
Donuts are good.
There you go.
You know what? Pumpkin-flavored donuts
really?
is what we get from
No,
Kroger.
I don't know if I like that or not. Here's a couple questions. See if you can answer them. Okay. You're the big shot. Right?
I'll try.
If I lose my bib, can I still run?
You can, but we want to make sure you bring your bib if you have it, because when you cross the finish line, that's how we count how many people came. And so there's these national numbers that come out. Who's the largest Thanksgiving Day race in the country? And when you cross the finish line with your bib on, you count, and we count towards that record. But we want people to move their feet so others can eat. So if you're in the car on the way to Thanksgiving and you say, I forgot my bib, Well, should I go back for it? No, come on out to the race. We want you to.
Good answer. If Debbie wants to take my stroller, can she push my stroller to the
strollers are welcome. Dogs are not. Don't bring a dog.
Next question.
No.
You ruined my question.
Don't bring a dog. Okay. You imagine 20,000 people running through Broad Ripple. If we had pet leashes all over the place, it'd be tough. But bring your stroller. She can push you.
Okay.
As long as she's strong.
Plenty of restrooms. Plenty of places to hang out afterwards. I know that a lot of people have a tradition to almost tailgate after this big event.
Yeah.
How important is this to you? I know that Wheeler has a big spot in your heart. How important is this to you?
Yeah, so this is our biggest fundraising event of the year. Not only does it raise a significant amount of dollars, if we hit our goal this year, if we get people to register to the tune of where we want to be and fundraise, you can donate and fundraise during the registration process. Our goal is to raise $1 million at this event. And so that's a huge help to make sure that Wheeler's doors stay open. We serve anywhere from 10, 11, 12,000 people every year. Every night we serve 700, 800 people. Those are people that need a place to stay. They're homeless. They need a shelter. But not only that, we're a organization that believes that introducing people to Jesus Christ is by far more important than anything else. And so as they're receiving care, we want to make sure that they're being cared for spiritually as well. And so we want people's lives to change. And so when they come through Wheeler's doors, they get a chance to go through our programs. I personally went through our programs 18 years ago. I was addicted to alcohol, no idea where my next meal would come from, and Wheeler Mission literally saved my life. And so what we do is we do events like this so that our doors can remain open so other people's lives can be saved as well. But not only saved, but transformed, and now they are productive citizens enjoying lasting success in Christ right here in our community.
And I believe 40% of your staff was involved with Wheeler Mission before they became an employee.
Yeah. There's nothing more impactful of when you're in the darkest moment of your life, when you are coming through a front door of a place that says they can help you, and you talk to someone who has been through what you've been through, right? And they're on the other side of it. So yes, a lot of our staff work for Wheeler Mission, or that work for Wheeler Mission, came through our programs, and they have that testimony, that story to say, look, I know where you've been, I know what you're up to, I know what's going to happen if you don't get help, right? And if you do get help, we have an opportunity for you to really experience life change. And so that's what we offer.
I know IndianaSRN has been involved with you guys for many years, and now you are helping our program as well. Denny comes to halftime, and I know they're going down to some college games as well. It is amazing to me. $1 feeds people. Debbie goes shopping at the thrift store. It's a great ministry, and if you're out there looking for a ministry to lock into, this is it. Brian, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you. I think Jerry and I are going to probably walk it this year.
You know what? I'll be in the pace car. I'll have the car warmed up.
Yeah,
and I don't jump in the pace car.
I wouldn't mind jumping in the pace car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get the heat.
My challenge to everyone out there, schools, clubs, baseball teams, football teams, whatever, do this. This is a great day to do that. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
Welcome back to Fott Stadium on the campus of Franklin College. The playing of the 94th Victory Bell between Franklin College and Hanover College. The Grizzlies with a slim lead. Graham Nash alongside Coach Keith Myers with you today. We'll tell you a little bit about how that first half went. The quarterback for the Grizzlies, Ian Raudebush, he had a good start. 12 for 16 in the air, one late interception, but he had 2 touchdowns to go along with it. Coach, he and the Panthers offense really caught a groove late in that second quarter.
Yeah, I think the second quarter was all Hanover. Interesting, they scored with about 30 seconds left in the first half to get this score as it is at 14-13. Franklin came out strong, though. Scored 7 in the first, 7 in the second, playing very well. They have to play defense at first. In the first half, in the second half, to see if they can stop Hanover. A very crucial game for Hanover, and Franklin is looking to play spoiler.
Franklin, their quarterback, K. Ross, he had a good start as well. 10 for 13 through the air, 140 yards, and 1 touchdown. They have really been grounded by their run game. However, Garrett Cora, 13 attempts, 65 yards, averaging 5 yards per carry, and a touchdown. He has been fantastic for the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies' offense looked good.
They did very well with the first drive. 6 plays, 78 yards for the first score. 4 plays, 65 yards for the second score. Offensively, they've got slowed down by the defense of Hanover a little bit. I think they have to go back and reestablish the run in this second half to see what they can come up with. But Cora has played another exceptionally good game.
Take a look at the last touchdown. This was just a beautiful ball from Raudebush the whole way through.
Well, the incredible thing is he threw it in coverage, and you can see right here, he's open here, but look how the closing speed, and there's 3 defenders right there, and I really thought that ball was going to get interception. Great catch by the receiver as well to concentrate on that good score.
It was Kerbrian Shelby, the receiver, that reeled it in. That was his only catch of the half, 26 yards for a touchdown. He was just in the right place at the right time. Coach, Hanover gets the ball to start out this half. What is the key for them, and then what's the key for the Grizzlies on defense for both sides to get strong starts?
I think if you're Franklin, you got to force a 3 and out. Set your defensive pattern to 3 and out. The only thing that Hanover didn't do right in the first half was score the extra point. That 1 point is you're going to be chasing that all day now, and we've seen that in countless of times of this season, chasing that 1 point. But if you're Franklin, 3 and out would be what you would probably want. If you're Hanover, you want to establish the run game and you want to establish the line of scrimmage, and that clock is so important here in the second half. If you can limit them to 2 or 3 possessions and score on your 2 or 3 possessions, you're going to win a game, and you're right there in playoff bound.
Clint Hearn, the kicker, he only missed 2 extra points this entire season and then missed the first that he saw, and that has really been the storyline. We'll take a quick break. Franklin leads by 1.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Franklin College. The Grizzlies leading the Panthers just by 1, but the Panthers, they will get the ball to start out this half. Hanover, they're in the they're second currently in the HCAC, chasing down Mount St. Joseph.
So, am I going to get on the air right there?
Do you want to? Here, we'll give you. Go ahead, Coach.
There you go.
For those of you who are confused and listening in,
the professor has to see him work, and he's filming. He's taping today, so.
I take videos for social media purposes.
Yeah, well,
Coach,
you're going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
That's exactly right. Well, you will too now. You're going to get a cameo.
All right. Here we go, second half.
Hanover receiving the kick. Down by 1 after a missed extra point. It's a short kick. And the Panthers will start out around their own 30. For Hanover, they're a strong passing team, around 250 yards in the air per game. They've tried to lean a little bit on that rushing game, though, around 150 yards on the ground per game this season. Austin Opal, he's their go-to guy. As you can see there, number 5 in white. But they didn't have too much success.
I think you run the ball here.
Think they go right back to it?
Yes, sir.
The defensive line did a great job of getting to Raudebusch quickly, especially in the early parts of the first half. And they decide to air it out. First play of the second half. Lots of time. Raudebusch stepping up, and he's just going to get a couple yards with his legs.
I tell you what, that's defended very well by the linebackers and safeties of Franklin.
Linebackers do a good job for this Franklin team. We mentioned Keegan O'Neill as a player to watch for the Grizzlies. Senior from Wabash, Indiana. 50 total tackles, 1 sack on the season. They hand it off this time, up the gut. Nice second effort from Opal, getting a couple extra yards. That'll bring us to third down.
Big third down.
The Panthers, they went 3 and out on their very first drive of the game. Franklin trying for a little bit of a repeated history as we start in this second half. 3rd down and 3 is the number. Scott Johnson, the tight end, will come back in for the Panthers. Oh, and now he'll go right back out.
Sorry, buddy. You got the wrong play.
It's Mason Williams who will be on the field. Opal still in the backfield. Shelby in motion.
Open into flat.
Shelby, pass high, and he can't reel it in. Bad miss for Raudebusch. And that could be costly as well, as it looks like they're bringing their offense off.
That's a great defensive stand by Franklin.
You said that's what they had to do on this first drive.
And now what you have to do offensively is control the line of scrimmage.
Eric Raudebusch, the kicker for the Panthers. He's had a couple good ones already. This one fielded at the 25. And not much room for the Grizzlies. It was Owen Wright who was trying to return it, but he was met with a couple Panthers right in his face. And so now the Grizzlies will take over. Garrett Cora, the running back, he's had a great day. They've really been pushing it through him. But Kai Ross, the quarterback, he's been
exceptionally
very exceptional.
Big games, big players step up.
That's what he did last season. 310 passing yards in this game in 2023, which was 120 more than his season average. They hand it off. Cora downhill. Full steam ahead. The senior with a nice first-yard gain. A first down game, excuse me. It'll be another 1st and 10. The Grizzlies, they're currently 5th in the HCAC. Trying to, again, play spoiler today. Make sure that their rivals don't get into that bowl game. Play action. Ross, downfield, threads the needle.
Did he catch the ball? He sure did. Wow.
Malachi Joy on the reception.
He picked that off the turf. That thing was at his knees. Oh, that's a great catch.
What a throw, too. Put it right between 4 or 5 white shirts.
Reminds me of our friend Troy Derigowski when he was in Wyoming.
Another first down. The Franklin offense moving quickly. Hand it off. Cora cuts back. Another nice gain on first down.
One thing about Cora is you give him the ball and give him the ball. He doesn't seem like he gets tired at all. He gets better as the game wears on.
He's got over 1,100 rushing yards this season, 15 rushing touchdowns. He leads the entire team with 19 total touchdowns.
You're going to see him, sad to see him go.
Yeah, the senior. They go right back to him. Up the gut, he'll get the first down.
as he sees the knees exposed. We call those Bermuda shorts when I was a young lad.
And they call him just short, and so it'll be 3rd down and 2. Cora still in the backfield. They go to him. Cora. And that'll be a 1st down. Couldn't get it the last time, but he made sure he got it this time.
And the clock continues to run. Exactly what Franklin wants.
Franklin, that's their game. They like to run the ball and just chew clock off. They did a good job of that in the 1st quarter. That quarter just flew by. They're trying to do the same thing here in the 3rd. Play action. Downfield, has his man, and it's caught!
Touchdown.
And they mark him just short. Owen Wright reached out the ball but didn't get it across the pylon.
Look at this. Yeah, steps out of bounds at the 1. Good call by the official. He wants that touchdown, though.
The official was right there, had a great look at it. So it'll be a 1st and goal at the 1. And Franklin moving quickly. Handed off right into the end zone, but a flag flies. It was Garrett Cora who took it in. And the crowd starts to cheer. Sounds like this will be a penalty on the defense, and it is. Cora gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And just a beautiful drive from Franklin.
Very impressive.
Forg again. Puts it right down the pipe. And the Franklin Grizzlies have got an 8-point lead over Hanover after a really big defensive stop to start the half. And we will head to a break on HCAC TV.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all their reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on fields and courts. Do your part. Practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play.
7 plays, 70 yards.
Impressive drive.
21-13. If you are a Franklin Grizzly and you want to see more football next year, you need to contact my office at coach@IndianaSRN.org. We're looking for sponsorship for the 2025 season. Let's get the Grizzlies back on the air for the 4th year right here on HCAC.TV.
And the Grizzlies looking to go out with a bang, take down their rivals in the playing of the 94th victory bell. Tempers high.
I tell you what, this is the 2nd or 3rd time cooler heads have prevailed, but you can tell they want this. Look at that touchdown. Nice run. And offsides was the flag. Extra point good.
It just looked all too easy for the Grizzlies. March down the field.
We're talking about sponsorships. You know, if you're an alumni person that are watching this game, send us an email. Let us know what you think. Coach@IndianaSRN.org. That 2025 season will be here before we know it.
Hanover's offense back on the field. Didn't have too much success in their first drive. A quarterback keep. And it's a gain of maybe 5. They really like those designed runs for Raudebush. He can use his legs.
But they have closed that hole I mean, he gets maybe 2 or 3. He's had a couple of nice runs, but really defensively, the linebackers have stayed home.
It's only a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. Handoff up the middle, stuffed at the line. Franklin's defense has really come to play, as that was Blake Huffman who couldn't find much room.
Brown just snuffed that one out, filled the hole. He has been very good all year long from Bloomington South High School in Bloomington, Indiana. And here we go, 3rd down. Bloomington South makes it to the Indiana High School Athletic Association semi-state next week against Decatur Central.
3rd and 6, Roudabush going for it all, has his man. No catch, flag flies. One coming in from both angles.
Wow. What a throw. You got to play the ball. If we watch this again, he did not play the ball. He played the man. Here's the signal. Here's the throw. Right here is when he didn't look back. Got to look back to the ball. If you look back, that may not be a flag. That's a big 15-yard penalty.
It's Amari Giddings.
And you keep him back on the field.
Free 1st down for Hanover. The Panthers got one of those late in the 2nd quarter that allowed them to keep another drive alive that they would end up scoring on. Roudabush running again, escaping some traffic, gets pushed out of bounds. The fans wanting a hold on the Panthers on that play, but no flag flies. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Fans want penalties on every play. Come on, Graham.
Should know that at this point.
Yes. What someone told me last night, I could call holding on every single play. I do not.
The referee's doing a great job of letting these two teams go at it. It's been a physical game. You expect nothing less from two rivalries. Roudabush flushed out and brought down. Jake Jones, 2.5 sacks coming into the game, and he gets another.
Jake Jones is from Thorntontown, Indiana, went to Western Boone High School. That's the 2nd sack of the day for the Grizz.
And so from 2nd and short to 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. A loss of 10 on the play. Roudabush takes the snap.
Again.
Looks downfield, gets hit as he throws. And what a stop from Franklin. 2 big stops in a row.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of this. You gotta punt here. And now you got to rely on your defense.
The defense has been fantastic for the Grizzlies to start out this second half. Hanover trying to take a page. A lot of Grizzlies, but no one can get a hand on it. Fair catch. And
get it in the end zone.
Ball into the end zone. Franklin 21-13 lead on HCAC TV. Coach, they have just been dominant out of the break. Really unexpected, as Hanover, they were seemed to get the momentum after that first half.
You would have thought going into this that this would be a pick 'em or maybe 2 or 3 points, but I really thought Hanover really was looking forward to maybe taking control of this game, and Franklin from the get-go, I mean, the first series of the plays really got fired up, and they are definitely fired up for this game.
Jennings, the back, gets the handoff and just gets a couple on the first play.
And when you go Cora and then you get Jennings, it will wear you down defensively.
Cam Jennings, 350 yards on the season, 2 rushing touchdowns, averages about 5 per carry. And he has been really picking it up as of late. No 100-plus yard games for the junior from Indianapolis, but he's been around that 80-90 number in his last 3. Jennings again. Gets a couple more, but can't break through. The Grizzlies just trying to wind that clock down. It'll be 3rd down and about 6. Hanover looking for a big stop. The Grizzlies have already gotten 2 in this half. And then they had a beautiful drive. The Hanover defense trying to respond. Jennings still the back. 4-man rush. Pump fake. And knocked away. Good defense from the Panthers. And that was Ashton Shooter breaking up the pass, sending the offense off the field.
And they only had the ball for 90 seconds.
For a team that likes to wind the clock down, that is not a lot of time. The Panthers doing a good job of responding there.
Yes, sir.
Hanover, they've gotten close to blocking a punt or 2 already today. Haven't been able to get a hand on one. Fair catch called, and it'll be Hanover ball around the 35. Today's broadcast is brought to you by IndianaSRN Sports Page. Wall-to-wall sports news every day. High school, college, pro sports, we have it all. Check it out at IndianaSRN.org and click on the Sports Page tab. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN Sports Page. And make a difference. Help us put more student-athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org, add directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. Their 3rd drive of this 3rd quarter. They have not been able to gain much ground. Screenplay, Oppel breaks through. Nice gain, and they get a 1st down. Their 1st or 2nd of the 2nd half. Franklin's defense has been really good at shutting down the run game of Hanover today. Hanover, interestingly, they usually lean on their pass game. Haven't gone to it too much. 1st and 10, play action. Low pass picked up by Rodebush. Rodebush gets a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6, right around the 50.
Time could be a factor here. I know we still have a quarter to play, but if you're Franklin here, this is a pretty important series here.
Second down and 6. 4-man rush over the middle. Looks like it might have gotten tipped. And Rodebush pleading that he got that ball, but referee says no. 3rd down yet again. What do they have to go to here?
Well, right here, this is a must. This is 4-down territory. If I'm Hanover here, I know there's 19 minutes left, but the way the defense is playing, Franklin-wise, they're putting their head down and they're playing some aggressive defense.
3rd and 6 still. Rodebush in trouble, flushed out of the pocket. Fires, caught, and it'll be a 1st down and more. Room for Shelby. And Shelby brought down in the red zone. The Panthers were in trouble, but Shelby gets him out of it. Beautiful escape from Raudebush. And Shelby using some quick feet. Big gain for Hanover. They're at their own, they're at the Grizzlies 16. Handoff up the gut. Oppel gets tripped. So it'll be second down and about 5 at the 11. Clock winding down. Franklin faithful trying to will their defense to another good stop. Raudebush, blitz, flushed, end zone, caught shy, and bobbled out.
Incomplete. Good call. That would have been costly if they would have. Tell you what, defensive-wise, they just stepped up another notch.
They really have. And they haven't blitzed too much so far today, but they brought the pressure that time. And Raudebush made a good throw, but maybe some footsteps. The third down and 5. They have to get to the 6. Keep an eye on Eric Raudebush, number 2 on the near side. He might be the target. Raudebush looks that way, but it's blown dead.
He might have a false start. Nope, timeout. Hanover.
Timeout, Hanover. So we will take a break. Panthers in the red zone.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Are you an active athlete looking for enhanced performance, comfort, and recovery? Then Skins is the perfect choice for you. Our revolutionary sports compression product provides better oxygen flow in your muscles, helps reduce fatigue and pain from intense physical activity, allowing athletes to push their boundaries and perform better.
Skins helps keep everything, including you, on track.
So don't wait any longer. Get your Skins now and experience unbeatable performance.
Take your game to the next level with Skins.
The Panthers on the Grizzlies 11. They have to get to the 6 to get the first down. Raudebush, pressure comes, gets rid of it, end zone, and knocked away. Makai Reed with a beautiful defensive effort. And Franklin again with a huge stop in this third quarter. But looks like they're going to have to keep the pressure down. No, play might come off.
Boy, he had that ball and then defensively knocked it away.
And so Hanover, they kept their offense on there early on, but then the kicking unit, rather, will come to the field. Clint Hearn, 6 for 7 this season on field goals. It's about a 30-yard try. And kick is through. Hanover, they get 3, but they're still down a bit. Franklin in control.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Are you an active athlete looking for enhanced performance, comfort, and recovery? Then Skins is the perfect choice for you. Our revolutionary sports compression product provides better oxygen flow in your muscles, helps reduce fatigue and pain from intense physical activity, allowing athletes to push their boundaries and perform better.
Skins helps keep everything, including you, on track.
So don't wait any longer. Get your Skins now and experience unbeatable performance.
Take your game to the next level with Skins.
Welcome back to Franklin College. Hanover able to get on the board, make it a 16-21 game. Franklin's defense has been really impressive. It was a 28-yard field goal. Grizzlies trying to create some room, brought down around the 28.
That scoring drive, 6 plays, 53 yards. As we have, there you see it up through the uplight. HCAC ends their season with volleyball this weekend, as 4 teams have made it to the Final Four for the HCAC volleyball. Transylvania takes on Earlham. That game started today at 2 o'clock Eastern. At 5 o'clock today, Mount St. Joseph taking on Manchester. The championship game right here on HCAC TV at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Hannah Corey, Tony Donahue, Chuck Levine, and Eric Eaton, the team that will be down at Transylvania tomorrow.
Hand off on the first play. Cam Jennings gets a few. Jennings has done a good job stepping in for Garrett Cora today, as Cora is their main back, but Jennings has been getting some good time. Cora, 87 yards gained on 18 tries to lead the way. Jennings, he's had 4 attempts, averaging about 2 yards per carry. But that one, his longest, gain of 4. They go to the air, has a man, and it's caught downfield. Malachi Joy, he's had a big third quarter. A gain of 16 earlier.
Caught that ball in that. Watch this. That's a fluke. Almost lost it and brought it back in. Nice play.
Franklin once again right down into Hanover's territory. Joy, he's had the second most receiving yards this season at 224. And he's had 2 big ones already today. Back to the air, near side. And a lot of contact. Flag flies, as that was Owen Wright.
And I think we may have a pass interference. And here's the signal. Yes, it is. So now Franklin goes back 15, goes up 15. Put the ball right on the 25-yard line.
The Grizzlies are moving. Their offense has just been firing out of a cannon. They slowed down a little bit in the second quarter, but really, really picked things up in the third.
Placing the ball on the 29-yard line. 1 minute to play in this third quarter.
Handoff. Jennings fights for 1. He was caught right at the line of scrimmage. The Grizzlies, they've done a good job of scoring when they get in the red zone here today. They only have a 70% red zone to touchdown percentage, but today they have been really stout and really strong at pushing through. Cora now the back for the Grizzlies. Jennings will take a seat.
I think everybody knows who's going to get this ball.
I think you're exactly right. And there you go, Cora trying to go the other way as he was blocked. Cora, his lead blocker is Kai Ross. Cora down the sideline. What a gain.
How about when your quarterback goes, follow me, big guy, follow me. That's going to end the third period.
A big play for Garrett Cora to finish off this third quarter. Franklin moving to start the fourth.
Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Start of the fourth quarter, Franklin with a 5-point lead over the Hanover College Panthers. The playing of the 94th victory bell. It currently belongs to the Panthers, but the Grizzlies trying to get it back.
You need 6 here. Actually, you need 7 here if you're Franklin.
And they're in a good spot. They're at the 4-yard line. And Garrett Cora, he had a huge gain to get him there. Wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him, try to let him punch it in. Cora through the gut and into the end zone. Grizzlies are rolling. And Cora makes it an 11-point lead. Three rushing touchdowns on the day for Garrett Cora. He has absolutely taken over. Extra point, Forg. He does not get it through. He pulled it. And we will head to a break on HCAC TV.
Every person has a story waiting to be told. Mr. Jack comes in every Monday.
That's right.
One day I noticed his hat said he was a Korean War veteran. I asked him if he'd ever been to the Korean War Memorial.
No, I never had a chance to go.
That was the day I knew we had to do whatever it took to get him there.
Manny made it happen. I got to go to Washington, D.C. to all the memorials. The World War II Memorial, Naval Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Took all kind of pictures and everything, and it was a good trip, too.
I'm glad that I could be a part of Mr. Jack's story.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter @IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now @IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter @IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now @IndianaSRN.
Franklin leading 27-16 over the Hanover College Panthers. And Hanover with some work to do if they want to keep control of the victory bell. Good kickoff, deep back in their own territory. Bringing it up is Gordon, and Gordon spun around, sent well back. I'll tell you what, the Franklin defense has been phenomenal today.
Yes, they have. And you had Cora in the middle of that.
He can do it all. Feels like the offense has been able to springboard off of good defense as well. As Hanover, they got the ball to start out this second half, and they went 2 quick 3-and-outs. Franklin was able to score. The Grizzlies are rolling, and it's on the sophomore quarterback, Ian Raudebush, trying to bring them back into this ball game.
Franklin's last score was 6 plays, 70 yards. Field goal went wide.
Low snap. Raudebush scanning. Quick throw knocked away. Couldn't find his brother Eric. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. We haven't said the name Jalen Peck too much today.
Not at all. Maybe twice early in the first half.
He is their go-to guy when they go in through the air. But he's only had 3 receptions, 22 yards. He did get a touchdown early on. Shelby in motion. They hand it to him. Shelby gets a couple nice blocks and spins his way down. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
The clock is Franklin's friend right here.
Huffman, the back for Hanover. Peck on the far side of your screen. 3rd down, quarterback's going to take it right up the gut, and Raudebush gets it. They've gone to that designed run a couple times.
They have.
And they're really liking the sophomore from New Palestine, just taking it himself. New Palestine football going to be playing in a semi-state game coming up.
Against Martinsville?
Against Martinsville.
Great games last night.
Absolutely. Came down to the wire. New Pal going to overtime. Martinsville settled in the last 30 seconds. Fresh set of downs. Play action. Raudebush. Time, scanning, launching. And nearly picked off. It was Clarence Cunningham.
I tell you what, they didn't fall for the ball fake. And now we're at 2nd and 10.
Cunningham, he's got 5 interceptions on the season to lead the team. Nearly had his 6th. And the crowd getting into it. 2nd down and 10 on Hanover's 19. Handoff. It's Huffman. Not a lot of room. The defense of Franklin so impressive.
I think this crowd has energized this Grizzly ball club. Senior day, packed house. You cannot overlook a big play here.
3rd down and 8. Shelby in motion. Raudebush looks that way, still looking that way. Underneath, it's Peck. Peck, he'll get the 1st down.
Now if you're Hanover, you need maybe to speed up your plays here. Will be under 12 minutes by the time they get this ball snapped.
Handoff. Up the gut. No room.
Maybe 2.
Believe it was Austin Oppel. No, it was Blake Huffman. Franklin's defense, they allow around 355 yards per game this season, but Hanover, they've only gotten around 210. Raudebush stepping forward, going to take it himself. And trying to fall across the line. They might have marked him a little short. It'll be 3rd down and just a couple inches. Clock still winding down. Franklin doing what they can to make sure no player can stop that clock. Hanover only 2 timeouts as well. Another designed run. Raudebush will get it with ease. Coach, with the clock winding down, feel like they got to go to the air sometime soon.
I would think that. But, I mean, you're getting positive. I mean, there's plenty. I mean, there's 10:35 left. Don't panic yet.
They're going to go to the air this time. Quick underneath. Peck gets a few more, breaks a tackle, and that's another first down. Jalen Peck leads the team 394 receiving yards, 43.5 receiving yards per game. But he hasn't seen too much action. They're getting him a little bit more involved now in the fourth quarter. Another fresh set of downs. Oppel the back. Raudebush launching downfield. Caught! And caught! Believe it was Eric Raudebush, Ian's brother, but he looks like he's hurt.
Look at this throw. Caught it at the high point. Ooh. Landed on the back.
And he's still down. He elevated real high. And the higher you jump, the harder you fall. But that is a huge gain for the Panthers.
Look at the protection here. Pretty well covered as well.
Yeah. And so
that's a
Raudebush,
good sign.
Very good sign. He walks off.
So with 9:38, they're in scoring position here. You might have to go for two.
They've got Michael Gordon in there for Raudebush, number 7. Empty backfield. First and goal from the 7-yard line. That's Oppel going across. Screen pass for him. Oppel dancing around. Oppel breaking the barrier. Touchdown Grizzlies, or excuse me, Panthers. And they are trying to claw their way back in.
Got to go for two.
It looks like they're thinking the same thing. Offense still out there. Clint Hearn, the kicker, missed that extra point, the very first touchdown of the game for the Panthers. He was 39 for 41 going into that extra point and just pushed it. That's Raudebush in, running around. They're going for two, launching end zone. Caught! Jalen Peck, how did he catch that?
That is incredible. Misdirection. Raudebush goes to the left, goes to the right. What a play. That's a special drawn-out play. Watch this thing. That's crazy. 9:23 to play. There's your touchdown.
It was Jace Key, freshman linebacker from Muncie, Indiana.
Oh, no one's there. Great play.
Right over the outstretched arm of Carter Edney. And a beautiful drive. 13 plays, 95 yards. Longest drive of the day for either side. And Hanover right back in this thing. Only a field goal separates the two teams.
Fair catch.
Franklin's offense will go back out there. Garrett Cora He was the man in their last drive. Got to think it's going to be him again. Senior running back from Liston, Indiana, 5'11", 175.
Going to put the ball in the far hash. Oh, no, now they're going to put it to the near hash.
They changed their mind. Crowd is getting loud for this Franklin team. Handoff, Cora. Breaks a couple tackles, flag flies.
Might have a hold here. Oh, hands to the face, 15 yards. 15 yards, that's big.
There's been a couple big penalties on Hanover's defense in this second half. And Franklin again.
Wow, that's going to get the ball right at the 46-yard line. Sorry, 44-yard line.
Franklin sitting pretty. Clock continues to wind down.
You want it to run if you're in the blue.
With their strong run game, they're just going to try to keep that going. They're going to the air, though. Ross has his man.
He keep it? He sure did.
It's Owen Wright, the sophomore from Greenwood, Indiana. And that's about who you'd expect they go to. 683 receiving yards this season.
Wow. You don't think he's happy?
This Franklin team pumped up, trying to beat their old rival. This rivalry starting back in 1898. Small gain on the first play there for Cora. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Hanover, they won that first game 18-11 back in 1898. And since then, they have won this matchup 47 to Franklin's 42. Going back to the air, down the middle. Cora can't get there. He goes down, and no flag flies. Looked like that ball was well out of his reach. So it'll be 3rd down and 8. It stops the clock as well.
That's what hurts you. It stopped the clock.
Surprised they didn't just try to keep pounding it with Cora. Cora in the backfield now. Owen Wright, the receiver, lined up near side. Ross drops back. 4 coming. Pushed out. Ross on the run. Picked off! The Panthers have the football. And it's Sadiq Pasha, his 3rd interception of the season.
Here's the pressure. And I don't think he should have. Right there. He has him there. Deflect a little bit behind him. That's caught in the sun.
Yeah. It was intended for Cora, but he just couldn't bring it in. It was behind him, like you said. And Hanover will take over. Lots of time left on the clock. And they trail by 3. Low snap. Raudebush dumps it off. And a lot of space. Oppel getting well upfield. The Panthers offense, they are moving and grooving in this 4th quarter. Raudebush 19 of 30 today in the air. They hand it off this time. Oppel up the gut. Met pretty quickly, but powers through. Hanover there just about at the 100-yard mark for rushing yards. They've had 251 yards in the air. That compares to 229 passing yards for Franklin and 143 rushing yards for the Grizzlies. 2nd and 5. Quick throw. Shelby creating some space. And that'll be 1st down. But Shelby looks like he might be hurt. We saw Eric Raudebush go down. Looks like he's back in the game, which is a great sign. But now Shelby, he is down. And so we will go to a break. Franklin leads by 3 on HCAC TV.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that genuinely care about service, you will not be disappointed.
You know, we were going to go to Aspen Creek Grill if Troy was here, but I guess we're not going to do that today.
1st and 10. Shelby was able to walk off the field. And Gordon, he got a nice gain. Football's out.
Is it going to be Franklin's ball?
And it is!
Oh, my!
It's Franklin football!
Let's watch this. Where did he lose this football? Here's the pass.
Still got it. Yahoo's out.
Wow, sure was. Was that 45 that knocked that ball out for Franklin?
It was 29, Demarion Newell, who recovered.
45 knocked that ball out. Hayden
Durnell, 3 interceptions on the season, just forced a fumble. And how about Cora finding room? Just a couple yards shy of the 1st down, and the clock will run.
Come on, Grizzly fans. We're looking for you for 2025. If you'd like to get more Grizzly football on the air for next year, contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. We're looking for sponsors to get the Grizz back on HCAC.TV next season.
Handoff. Cora right in the backfield. It's absolutely stuffed by David Wall.
Big 3rd down. You need a 1st down here.
And Hanover, they need the stop. They were moving with quite a bit of momentum, and then all of a sudden that ball popped out.
You can tell the crowd's in this.
3rd and 7, going to be run and brought down. Garen Jenkins. Huge stop for the Panthers. It looks like the offense is staying out there for the time being.
No,
they're definitely coming off. That would have been quite.
You could be gambling, but you don't want to gamble that much. But you don't have to. Really, you don't have to snap this ball until this ball is way under 4 minutes.
It's Adam Guth, the punter from Santa Claus, Indiana. Just gets the punt away. And it's pretty good. Couldn't tell exactly where it went out of play, actually. 45.
45-yard line. 3:57. You got 3 timeouts left if you're Hanover. There's the volleyball championship tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Final 4 today at 2 and 5 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 12:50, live from Transylvania. Hannah Corey, Tony Donahue, Chuck Levine, and Eric Eaton is our team down there.
It's a good team.
Eric Eaton will probably leave from Franklin today and head down there.
First down and 10 at their own 45. Hanover trying to march down the field. And a good start. It's Oppel with a nice gain on first down. Oppel, that's his 6th. Or no, excuse me. That's his 8th attempt. Gained about 30 yards on the game. Shelby in motion. Good to see him back out there on the field. Raudebush. Scanning, in trouble, flushed out. Raudebush pushed out of play.
Loses about 3 yards.
Yeah. Big defensive effort there from the Grizzlies. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Loss of 4. The pass rush for Franklin has been really good today.
Well, the safeties and the linebackers have played really good defense on the receivers as well. Yeah, they're definitely 4-down territory here. 3rd and 6.
2:30 on the clock. Shelby in motion again. Raudebush. Scanning, flushed again. Launches, and it's reeled in.
Did he get the first down? Yes, he got the first down.
Jalen Peck. We said his name a lot in this 4th quarter. It's his 5th reception, 4 of them coming in the 4th.
Got to be very patient here now. 2-minute timeout. Don't snap this before the 2-minute timeout. Here we go.
And they will not. 2 minutes left. Hanover trying to come back into this ball game.
First, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all their reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
As a professional wrestler, I would come down on it.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Clean Slate. Find your future in the cloud. We're a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed to innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. Call us today, 866-885-3249. Gain of a couple on first down. It was Raudebush taking it himself. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Hanover 2 timeouts. Franklin with all 3 of theirs.
.39-yard line.
Oppel the back. They're going to the air. Flushed out. Raudebusch. Down the middle, caught. And it's Mason Williams. Excuse me, no, it was Eric Raudebusch. The brotherly connection has served them well. First down and 10. Creeping in on a minute and a half remaining. Peck in motion. Raudebusch looking his way. Peck has some blockers. Gets some room.
Oh, my goodness.
And that should be a first down.
Clock is running. Short.
They mark him short.
Wow, that's a bad spot.
Wow. Second down and 1. Under a minute. Oppel will take it outside. Oppel some space, and he's pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock.
At 54.4.
Hanover knocking on the door.
What a game. Huh?
Unbelievable. These two teams going at it.
Not bad, Rook. Rookie's in the booth today.
First college football game, and not a bad one to call.
No, not at all.
Panthers trying to take home this bell. What I believe would be the 3rd consecutive year. 54 seconds. Raudebusch running up the middle. Raudebusch to the goal line. Did he get there? They say no. Just short.
Timeout, Hanover.
And timeout, Hanover. Right on the doorstep of 6 more points. And with how heavily Franklin depends on their run game, it's going to be a question of can they find it through the air in the final 40 or so seconds.
Got a guy walked into booth.
Mr. Chuck Levine.
He's heading to Transylvania tomorrow, do volleyball for us.
Hanover a couple inches away from taking the lead. Would be their first time leading in this ball game.
Who do you give it to?
I got to be Austin Opel, the running back.
I think you quarterback sneak this thing.
Oh, a little brotherly shove, or just go straight up the gut?
I would shove.
Philadelphia Eagles fashion. See if they go for it. And it's Jeremy Gettelfinger in the game for the first time. Oppel on the sideline. They do sneak it. Not a great shove. Second effort. He gets in. It's not how you designed the tush push, but it doesn't matter. Hanover, they take the lead.
Oh, late flag. Oh, lost composure. They'll get the 15 yards marked at the end at the kickoff.
And Clint Hearn will step up to make this a 4-point ball game. Put a field goal out of reach. He missed the first extra point that he kicked in this ball game. High snap. And that one is right down the pipe. Hanover leads by 4. And give us the chance to tell you about Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. Can you volunteer today? 317-686-6239.
Watch this. Here's a push. Didn't get in. Reverse. That's just pure effort.
8-play drive, 47 yards covered.
Okay, Hanover has, Franklin has 3 timeouts left. They get a 15-yard penalty, so this ball will be kicked out of the end zone, or you might squib kick this a little bit.
Yeah.
Take some time off the clock. Plenty of time here, 39, I don't know if it's plenty of time, you get 39 seconds.
And again, the running game has really been what the Grizzlies have gone to. So the question, can Kai Ross lead a drive through the air? He's had a couple nice passes.
Well, you're going to kick off at the 50, so you would like them to kick this thing in the end zone, but Coach might tell them to squib this a little bit. Hanover never gave up, did they?
No.
Never gave up.
Fought the whole way through.
I can see now why they only lost 1 game in the conference.
And it was to MSJ, who leads the conference. They boot it, and into the end zone. Franklin will start at the 25. Kai Ross, 14 of 20 in today's contest, a 70% completion percentage, which is about 20 percentage points higher than his season average, sitting at 55.
And you need 6 or 7. You can't tie it with the field goal.
They got to march all the way down 75 yards. And can Kai Ross, the senior from Lisden, Indiana, lead them there? Core the back in motion. Ross steps up, fires, has his man spinning to the sideline. Did he get it out?
He did.
He did. What an effort from Jordan Fonda. That stops the clock at 32. Fonda 5 receptions on the day, averaging about 10 yards per catch. Back to the air. Ross, quick fire. Out of bounds again, it's Fonda.
$28-2.
2nd down and 3. Cora still the back. They love going to him as a receiver as well as handing it off to him. Staying back there as a blocker. Ross. Off the mark. Intended for Owen Wright. He's their go-to guy. Owen Wright, 683 receiving yards on the season. 300 of them have been in the past couple games. Third down and 3. 25 seconds on the game clock. Ross stepping forward. Just short. And a timeout is burned. Fourth down and 1. Now the question is, do you go on the ground and just make sure you get that first down, or do you go to the air and try to get it out of bounds?
I think you go to the ground. You got to get the first. You got to get the first down. So you got to get the first down. Maybe you can break one. You got 2 timeouts. You got plenty of timeouts.
And with how good Garrett Cora has been, feels like it's almost a layup.
Yep.
Letting him just run through the gut. Cora, number 2 there in the dark blue. Cora, 129 yards on the ground. It's his 6th game this season where he's had more than 100 rushing yards. 4th and 1. Do they go to him? They do. Cora up the middle, and Cora will get it.
Got to call timeout.
And they do.
14 seconds left.
Woo. Coming down to the wire. Last time Franklin won the Victory Bell, 2021. It was Alan Hensel's first season with the team. And since then, it has been all Hanover. The Panthers won this game 36-17 last year at Hanover. But the Grizzlies, they like to step up in these big moments. Kai Rossi had 310 passing yards last season in this game. 252 today, which he's only had 2 games with over 200 passing yards this season. But he has stepped into that role and has delivered quite a few good strikes. 16 for 23, 1 interception, 1 touchdown. A game long of 41 yards. 1st and 10, 14 seconds. Cora in the backfield. Ross up the middle and nearly picked off. It's dropped.
My goodness. He threw into 4 people.
Justin Williamson and Brian Wall, 2 Panthers players that collided.
Look at this. He threw this right into coverage.
It was intended for Owen Wright.
Looked like he had a guy open in the flat on the other side of the field. 2nd down.
2nd down. Kai Ross dodges a bullet.
This will cause you to go bald.
2nd and 10. Ross up the middle. No one there. 5.5 seconds left. It feels like you've got to get at least 10 more, maybe 5-10 more to make the Hail Marys seem plausible.
Last timeout.
Franklin going ahead and using their last timeout. So is this a sign that they might take that Hail Mary shot now?
Yep. It looks like it.
So it'll all come down to this. The Grizzlies led the entire way, and then late in the 4th quarter, the Panthers take over. It was 27-16, I believe, towards the end of that 3rd quarter. And then Hanover just firing out of a cannon in the 4th. The Panthers wanting to take a trip to that bowl game and win the 94th playing of the Victory Bell.
If I look at this right, Rose-Hulman lost, so now Mount St. Joseph is 6-0. This would make Hanover 5-1 and would be the 2nd place team, would give them the qualifications to go to the bowl game.
3rd and 10. Ross in trouble. Has no one to get it to. Ross dancing and misfires. Hanover wins at the last second, 31-27. And they take home the Victory Bell for a 4th straight season. Coach, what an ending.
What a great game.
The Grizzlies led the entire time, and then Hanover takes over at the very last minute. And they walk out of Franklin victorious. Unbelievable finish.
This game doesn't mean anything to you? Look at that. That is amazing. Hanover never gave up.
Hanover moves to 7-3, 5-1 in the HCAC.
They finished 2nd in the conference.
And they will go play that bowl game, try to make it back to the D3 tournament for the first time since 2021.
Also, congratulations to Mount St. Joseph for winning the conference. Don't forget now tomorrow, 1 o'clock, HCAC volleyball championship game. Going to be great. Chuck Levine, Hannah Corey, Tony Donahue, and Eric Eaton. And there's the bell right there. And they are get to drag it and keep it at home. It's been hidden the whole entire day. It's now Hanover's once again this year.
That H stays on the bell, and that will do it for us here at Hanover. For Eric Eaton on cams, Jerry Collins, our producer, my partner, Coach Keith Myers, I'm Graham Nash saying so long from Hanover. The Panthers win 31-27 and take home the 94th playing of the Victory Bell.